you take your signature set, and you take people relate to something called small, medium, and large. Okay, and so what you want to do. This is a little bit more advanced, but you need to know your clothes, you need to know your basic stuff before you try something like this, what I'm going to teach you. But it works a lot better. And here's the thing, people need to say no a couple of times. That's just how it goes. All right? They need that. All right? So remember, when you do your demo, when you do your demo, the point of the demo is that you're giving them 45 minutes of information, and then you're asking them for a lot of money. You're asking them for $1,000 or $2,000. So the point is that people need time to digest. People need time to think. People need time to take in that information. So what you want to do is you want to talk about also, so you want to give people more time to say no. People need to say a couple of no's, okay? Sometimes reps think the best demo is when you say, would you like to go ahead and get it? And they go, yes, and they take their credit card out and they throw it in the air and it lands right on your order form, okay? That's not how it works, okay? Even think of yourself when you go shopping. You don't just walk through Macy's you don't have to walk through Macy's and feel the clothes and run through as fast as you can and then just pick and then run back through and pick some things and throw it on the table. You look at things, you think about it, you walk away, you come back, you think about how much money you have. These are all things that you do. So understand, customers need the same thing. We're not talking about a purchase of $30. We're talking about a $900 purchase or a $1,000 purchase or a $2,000 purchase. So they need some time to this thing. So what you're going to do, and this is only, I heard some people just chime in. If you don't have your basic clothes memorized, then do not do this, okay? Because you can't start adding to your demo until you actually know the basics, okay? So again, first thing you gotta do is memorize your clothes, all right? But then what you have to do is you have to start higher, okay? You start higher with the whole ultimates and signature sets. So that way, by the time you drop down to the studio sets, and you have to know how to drop down. If you don't know your clothes, you don't know how to drop down, you gotta watch the video on how to drop down. Okay, it's just really simple. Watch that video and learn how to drop down and use the ejection cycle that I taught yesterday. But what you do is you definitely need some notes for this, by the way. So let me teach this properly. So please write this down. So definitely take out a piece of paper, and then what you do is you take your signature set. If you don't have a signature set, please come to the office and get a signature set. And you put the signature set on top of the ultimate set, and you put them both opposite the picture of the homemaker, the two homemakers, the one with the 8 table knives, the one without the 8 table knives. Okay, right on top of the page that has the cherry wood homemaker. Okay, and then when you do your 15-day trial period, it's really important that you do this properly. So you do the 15-day trial period. You do the 4 parts of the guarantee. You go sharpen, you got the sharpness, you got the performance, you got all that stuff, and then you say, Mrs. Jones. Okay, you say, Mrs. Jones. For those of you that are chiming in late, I'm teaching something. Conference call started at 8 o'clock, not 8:10. So take out your notes and just listen. Okay. So then now you have to be peeling in the beginning, and then you say, so Mrs. Jones, when you get to the 15-day trial period, it's the same way every single time. Well, actually, there's main points. You can change it around the order. But I go, Miss Jones, so what do you think of the product so far? Okay. They go, oh, they're great. I go, well, Miss Jones, I've only showed you 3. Okay. We peeled. Okay. We peeled with the peeler. We cut a penny, and then we cut the rope. Okay. So Miss Jones, now here's the thing. I'm going to show you all this stuff, and you just flip really quickly to the homemaker page with the knives. And I say, I'm going to show you all this stuff, Miss Jones, and then you flip back to the guarantee page. And you know what's going to happen, Miss Jones? You're going to love everything, which is one of the reasons why. Okay, which is one. Please don't interrupt me. Which is one of the reasons why we which is one of the reasons why I love showing this product and why I love working for the company, because people always love the products. But you know what's going to happen at the end, Mrs. Jones? Once I finish showing you everything, you're not going to know what you want to buy. I mean, we're going to cut up a couple more things, but honestly, you're not going to know what you're going to use in your kitchen. Your husband isn't here right now. You're going to want to speak to your husband and figure out what you want to get. Okay, so the company knows this, and they want you to be a customer forever, because they don't want you to spend a lot of money on something that you're not going to use. So they protect you by putting this 15-day trial period in here. So that way you can try out, you could try out any one of our 3 sets. Okay, we have 3 sets, by the way. So so you could try out one of our 3 sets. All right, and you can put down a 20% deposit. You could put down 1/5, and they will actually let you try out the entire set. To see what you're using in your kitchen, so you don't buy anything and you don't have to make a big decision today. So like if you wanted to try out like a $2,000 set, Ms. Jones, you could put down actually $400, and you know, they'll hold on to the $1,600 with them, and they'll send you the entire set, so that way you can try it out. Okay. And then you have the 15 days to play with it. Now they also protects me, because like I don't have to keep calling people back over and over and over again, and say, well, do you want it? Like some lady told me last week, you know, that she wanted to think about it, and I was like, how does you know, it doesn't make sense. How are you going to think about knives? Okay. And then I had another lady who actually tried out the set, and she picked out what she liked, and she actually, you know, really liked her purchase. And so now, by the way, you can always talk about other customers. All right, that's what I'm. Let me just go out of character there. That's what I do there. Okay, I talk about other people. So if I don't want the customer to do something, I just talk about other people who did it and how stupid they were. Okay, and they're like, oh, I don't want to be the stupid person who gets talked about in the next demo. All right, so so that way, so Mrs. Jones, so it's just much better for me, because I hate calling people back. I don't have to call them back over and over again, you know, asking and being the annoying knife salesperson. So they let you put down the 20% deposit. You can try out our products. You can see what you like, and then anything you don't like, you can send back, and you get your money back for that. But most people usually like the set. And but the company also allows me to extend that to 30 days, because they really want you to have enough time to make a good decision and a good purchase. And that way you also don't have to make a big decision today. You can make your decision based upon using the products. Isn't that kind of cool? They're like, yeah. Okay, so I go, well, Ms. Jones, we have 3 sets. Okay, we have our large set. Our large set is for people who entertain and who cook a lot. I call it the grown-up set, okay, when they have a lot of other grown-ups over. And it's really great for entertaining. It comes with silverware. And it's a really nice set for people who, you know, and I also call it the education set. It's because you get all the major knives that you would use for cooking, and that way you could teach someone to cook properly. I actually had a lady once who asked me if she could buy 1 knife, and I was like, almost laughed at her. I'm like, what are you gonna do with 1 knife? Like she wanted to get like a little tiny one, and I'm like, well, what are you gonna do when you have a watermelon, or you have some chicken, or you have some steak? Like, you can't use this little tiny knife on you know, what is she gonna do with that stuff? So, you know, some people try to be like 1 knife cowboys, Mrs. Jones. It's so silly. That's why I tell people they should always get sets. Okay, so I have no clue how people, you know, try to get 1 product. Doesn't even make sense. All right, so they're like, huh. See, well, all I've eliminated, by the way, is that not to get, there's no 1 pieces. Okay, so I go, Miss Prudence, everybody buys these in sets. That's the whole point of, that's why we have a set. So we have our large set, which is for entertaining. Then we have our medium set. The medium set is for people who like the large set, but they just, you know, they don't want to spend that kind of money. They don't have, it has basic tools. It doesn't have all the flatware. And it's for people who want to build up to the large set, but really want to try out a good set. And then we have our basic set, which is our small set. I call it the baby set. It's for people who just have babies and they have to cook. And so that one's really small. It only comes with 8 knives and 2 forks. So it really is a tiny set. But again, it's a good thing to start off with. If somebody likes that. So which set would you say you're more? This, by the way, I'm saying all this on the guarantee page. I haven't seen any other knives yet. Okay. So which set would you get more use out of? The complete set, the medium set, or the large set, the medium set, or the smaller set? Most people will say medium. Okay, which is the signature set. Okay, or small or large. Who knows? Okay. So then what you do is you don't flip to the homemaker page and go through all the pieces of the homemaker. You skip a page. Okay, so you flip 2 pages. So then they see the signature set and the homemaker set, because you put the signature set there. So then what you do is you go, Mrs. Jones. So all right. So let's say they picked medium set. I go, so this is our medium set. This is the signature set. It's our medium set, and you know, here's the complete